You're listening to Brigade Radio 1.
Welcome to the Antisocial Show.
They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming to get you.
Your hosts, Underblock and Tyson Sater.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Antisocial Show, the only show that believes in putting the snippets to the snippets. I'm Hunter Block, and he's
Tyson Snippet, Saner.
Welcome, Tyson Snippet, or Saner. Yes. So, we got to talking before the show. Well, first of all, how are you doing tonight?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm tired. It's late. But, you know, whatever. You know.
I hear you.
It's later where you are.
Yes, definitely that. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I had planned to do a recording tonight of something for the show, and then I said, why not ask Tyson to jump on if he could or wanted to, and as you can see, he's here. And yes, speaking of tired, I myself fell asleep right before showtime and somehow managed to wake up at exactly 2 minutes before the actual start of the show. So we are also a little bit behind, but yeah, so that's, you know, it's been a long week.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay. It gets busy around the holidays.
I guess it would, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll take your word for it. I don't even know what I can ask, so I'm just, you know, I'm trying to be vague.
We already got snow up here, too.
Really? You already got snow, huh?
Yeah, which is unusual for this time. I mean, it's not uncommon or, you know, but it's unusual. And what do you got there?
I got some Synergy Trilogy Kombucha.
Now, is that like fancy water or something, or a juice?
It's a fermented black tea.
Ooh, okay.
Basically, it's something that's popular out on the West Coast. So this one is it's kombucha, but it's Trilogy that's made with raspberry, lemonade, and ginger. On top of its already kombucha flavor. I see you got some gold peak tea there.
Green tea, yes, sir.
Yeah, this stuff's supposed to be good for your stomach. I don't know how the science is on it, but it's tasty.
Nothing wrong with that.
And it's probiotic, so that's got to help. You know how I feel about those probiotics. Anyway.
You know, one of the downsides of having a busy week is I can't play Alien Isolation.
Oh yeah, how's that been going? Have you been able to play it at all?
Well, yeah, a little bit. I picked up Alien Isolation, and of course, because I watched you play it, Red Dead 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I started playing Alien Isolation first, and so right before we came onto the show, we were talking about the extended version of Hateful Eight and how you get to see all the, you know, stuff they cut out of the movie. They did the exact same thing for Aliens. You know, you find out that Ellen Ripley wasn't just rescued, but she also had a daughter too that passed away when she was rescued.
Right.
So the game is actually, you're basically her daughter, basically trying to find your mother.
Ripley's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, right now I just started playing, so I haven't like fully got into the game, but it's supposed to be really cool though.
So, is this show going to be for the future, or, I mean, obviously all shows are for the future, or is this going to be released early in December? Because if it is, then we can let people know what we're doing now so they're not confused if they hear this in months instead of, you know.
Yeah, no, this is going to be early December or whatever date in September or whatever.
December. December.
December, yeah.
Okay, so
Tired.
it is. That's fine. It's early December now. It's there's going to be a show that goes up. It's going to be episode 77.
Wrong.
Then we're going to I'm going to try and get this one out before the end of December, so it'll be 77.5.
Wrong.
Because there are many shows to come. There's some. I think they're up to like 83 or 84 now, something like that.
But we're so much closer to 100 now.
Yes, we're that much closer. As far as shows that have been recorded, published shows, not so much, but we're getting there.
So that means we have to definitely do something epic for episode 100.
I guess. Yeah. We could probably try something like that. So you were talking about gaming.
Yes.
You've been doing. You've been looking at Alien Isolation. There is an episode coming up in the future where we talk about Alien Isolation just a little bit, but that's fine. I'm just pointing out. And also, I have been playing more Minecraft.
I saw that.
Yeah, I've got a couple of more videos that are being edited and going to go up. I'm fitting it in between editing, succotash, and everything else. So it's as far as the everything else pertains to editing, when it comes to like child rearing and whatnot, that takes a front seat to everything to the actual everything else. So its front seat is be dad, and then and then comes work on shows and things.
Absolutely. It's funny because you said that we've mentioned Alien Isolation in a previous episode. I got to thinking about how many times we talked about your lint roll collection in a few different episodes.
At least a couple. Yeah, it's come up.
Yep. It's still funny.
Oh, thanks. I had a big one the other day.
Yeah, that is pretty big.
That's pretty big. That is not quite as big as my head, but it is pretty big. I could do a perspective trick, well, except you can see my... I can do this where I can go into the camera here. Hold on. Oh, no, it's not going to work for anybody. If I put it really... Oh, there we go. Okay, but now you can see my arm. So I'm trying to make it look like I have a roll of lint for a head, but I can't work out the camera problem. I'm so sorry to the people who have to listen to this.
That's all right.
Is that even the big one? No, that's a pretty big one. Yeah, I think the previous one was this one. Not quite as big. You can see how.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Sorry.
It's not quite Christmas yet.
It is not quite Christmas.
No. But what's interesting is I was watching this video on Facebook about Home Alone and the different booby traps that he had set up.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, you know how many times he'd killed those guys in the course of that entire night?
Oh yeah, was it like a doctor like looking at the injuries in Home Alone and assessing how serious they would be, that kind of thing?
Yeah, like
I like those.
what
was it? How many times? Sorry. Keep talking.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the can of paint to the head or the face.
Sure.
The electric shock.
Well, yeah.
Or, the doorknob one wouldn't necessarily kill you, but it would definitely seriously injure you.
Oh yeah.
But the way they did it though, the same side that iron rod or whatever it is on would be the side that get hot, not the actual other side where the guy was touching. So you'd have to take a blowtorch plus that to the doorknob to get the whole thing to be hot. But not only that, the entire door would burst into flames.
Oh yeah, a wooden door certainly would by the time that thing heated up that much.
So Kevin...
door heating scenes in movies. I'm thinking of two, but go ahead.
I mean, so therefore, Kevin not only would have committed murder, but he would also do damage to his father's house.
Yeah, very much, yeah. So I'm thinking the Phantom Menace door heating scene where he's melting the door with the lightsaber. And then
yes.
The other one is the melting door in, it was in this, not this Island Earth, the other one. Forbidden Planet.
I didn't see that one.
Creature's trying to get in somewhere, and the door's getting hot. And it's pretty. It was a pretty cool film for the time. Young Leslie Nielsen with dark hair is in it. Science fiction. One of the first completely electronic movie soundtracks or scores, rather scores soundtracks. I mean, it's. Because soundtrack also, there's like original, there's differentiation between all these terms, because technically a soundtrack, I guess, is as a literal thing, it's what people are hearing right now. It is a track and it's made of sound. And then there's but there's original soundtrack recordings or OSTs where people release songs that were in movies and sometimes bits of dialogue, but, like Quentin Tarantino would put in little bits of dialogue from his movies along with the songs that he put in the film on his soundtracks. Movies like Trainspotting and Romeo and Juliet, that's a lot of hit music, and so there's that, and that differentiates from the score. Like we talked about how there's the Prince soundtrack of Batman, the Tim Burton Batman, and then there's the Danny Elfman score. So what did I say about soundtracks? I said electronic sound.
Music. Electronics. Yes, electronic music.
Yeah. So there's also the idea of the soundtrack. So, and I don't mean as the whole, all the sound you're hearing. So, the human speech created in the computer too. No, everything. That's, I don't mean that. There are no songs, hidden music, as far as I know, in the movie Forbidden Planet. So the score, basically. It's an electronic score, and it was made by a husband and wife team whose names I can't remember right now, but I think I'm seeing the name Bebe in my head, B-E-B-E. I'm seeing John Edwards. I'm getting a B and an E and a... Yeah. Anyway, but, electronic music. I don't know why that came up, why I brought that up. Experimental music. I don't know. So anyway.
Right. But it's still a soundtrack, though, right?
Still a soundtrack. It's just, the problem.
Different type of music.
The problem with the word soundtrack is that it can mean so many different things. It's one of the reasons why I like Esperanto. So everything's pretty literal. It's a very efficient way of communicating. Anyway, yes.
Well, that's like when I was in Maine or New Hampshire, whatever it was. I think it was New Hampshire, something like that.
Okay.
And I don't know if you could see that.
There you go. It says demons.
Yeah, so I picked up the comic and the soundtrack, and there's a poster, but I hung it on the bookshelf here on the side of the bookshelf, and it's for Ondario's Demon or Dario, whatever his name is, the Italian dude's Demons.
Dario Argento?
Yes, that's him.
Okay.
But now the soundtrack.
I don't think that's right. I think I'm thinking of a different guy. I think I know that Dario Argento right. Was definitely a guy, but I don't think he did Demons for some reason. I could be wrong, but I'm seeing somebody else's name like Bruno Foley or some. We had this conversation before. I think part of it. So let's see here.
Part of it.
I'm not saying that Dario Argento wasn't involved because I don't know. It's just I know there's fudge in popular culture, modern interpretations. Oh, this sucks. Let's go back to it.
What sucks?
It didn't come up as okay. Here we go. It's 1985 film. Yes. Okay. So it was produced by Dario Argento. Yes, and screenplay by Dario Argento. The name I was thinking of, actually, there's two names. There was Urbano Barberini, and I was thinking of the name. I was thinking of the name Lamberto Bava because there's also a Mario Bava, who I think is
yes.
So that's what I was thinking of. So yes. Dario Argento. So, but that wasn't the name I was thinking of. Was what I was trying to say. So I wasn't sure that, like, it wasn't directed by Dario Argento, and he did direct things as well. So that's why I was making that distinction. Okay, well.
So yes, so the comic,
yeah, who directed that? I'm kidding.
which is based off of Demons. What happened?
Oh, your sound.
I think yours did too. You're kind of like frozen a little bit.
Are we here?
Yes.
Okay. Demons.
Yes. So the comic there is actually modeled after Demons 2.
Oh.
But not actually Demons 2. It's kind of like a story beyond Demons 2. That's what that comic's for. And then the soundtrack, which you would think would include all the music in the movie, doesn't. It just plays like the scores and stuff like that, like the ominous tunes and everything.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah.
So
neat. Yeah, that should be fun. I like a good soundtrack.
Oh, it was.
So yeah, there's music on that Demons soundtrack. Now, is it Demons 2 soundtrack or is it the Demons 1 soundtrack?
No. Demons 2.
Okay. So it's an adaptation of Demons 2.
Yes.
And it's the soundtrack to Demons 2.
Yes. So the comic book is an adaptation of Demons 2, and the soundtrack is from the movie itself.
Okay. So it's not from Demons 1, which also has some definitely some songs. There's White Wedding by Billy Idol's on that album, apparently, that first one. There's a Motley Crue song. There's a few Claudio Simonetti songs. Rick Springfield has a song on there. And then a few people I don't recognize. Oh, Go West. I've heard of Go West. Song called We Close Our Eyes. Well, anyway. So, yeah, Demons 2. Followed by Demons 2. Why is it... Dos. Who?
Dos.
Demons 2. 1986, the very next year. Same director. Same producer. Different cast. Asia Argento is in this one. Okay, so we got Panic by the Smiths. Heartache by Gene Loves Jezebel. Wow. The Cult is on there. The Art of Noise. Dead Can Dance. I'm just mentioning the ones I've heard of. Love and Rockets. And then I haven't heard of the other ones, but that's cool. There's a group called The Producers. Somebody called Kaduta Masi. Pierce Turner. Peter Murphy. Anyway, so that's the Demons 2 soundtrack, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Neat.
But I figure since it is almost Christmas, you got to make mention of all the really cool Christmas horror movies like Silent Night, Deadly Night. Also, too, another one is Jack Frost.
Which one?
Jack Frost.
Which Jack Frost? Is that the one with the killer snowman?
Yes.
Assaults somebody with a carrot?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not to be confused with the Michael Keaton film that came out the next year where he turns into a Weresnowman. Or he's just... No, it's not No, sorry, he wasn't a Weresnowman. He was reincarnated into a snowman form or some weird stuff.
Can you imagine, like, your superpower, like, you always wanted to be, like, a were something, but, like, maybe, like, a were animal, but instead, like, you became a were snowman?
Yeah, I think it'd be really strange to want to be a were something.
Well, yeah, but I mean, listen, you could be like a werecat or like, a werewolf or, a were, you can't be a were dog. It's the same thing as a werewolf. But like a were something.
A were poodle.
And a were poodle. Yeah, right. But even that would be better than a were snowman.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's not correct. I'm trying to think of what the conditions for transformation would be for that. Because I mean, like, there is like a were dog movie Disney made. The Shaggy Dog is basically somebody's cursed to transform into a big shaggy dog. And also, I don't remember what the conditions are. I think it's on Disney Plus.
I'm gonna have to check that out since I have Disney Plus.
There's a sequel called The Shaggy DA. Oh, by the way, they remade it with Tim Allen in 2006. So The Shaggy Dog. Okay, well, actually, I'm sorry. They also remade it earlier in 1994. But okay, so the original film, it's called The Shaggy Dog. It was 1959. It was Walt Disney. Mm-hmm. And it had Fred McMurray and Tommy Kirkin and that Funicello in it. And, Gene Hagen. Nice. Gene Hagen was played Lena Lamont in Singing in the Rain. So this is 1959. So, yes. So really quickly, he says, Shaggy Dog is a black and white 1959 Walt Disney film about Wilby Daniels, a teenage boy who, by the power of an enchanted ring of the Borgias, of all people, is transformed into the title character, a shaggy old English sheepdog. The film is based on the story The Hound of Florence by Felix Salt. There's something I'm going to have to read. Directed by Charles Barton, etc. So this was Walt Disney's first live-action comedy. Walt Disney Productions filmed a successful sequel in 1976, so 17 years later, called The Shaggy DA, which starred Dean Jones, Tim Conway, and Suzanne Plachette. Oh, and then it was followed by a 1987 television sequel called Return of the Shaggy Dog, so I didn't know. And then a 1994 television remake with Ed Begley Jr., and then a 2006 live-action theatrical remake with Tim Allen.
Now you see, right there. If I was if I had to pick something, or somebody like gave me two options, right, I would definitely be a were dog, or a were shaggy English dog, or whatever that thing is, as to opposed of, let's say, a were roach.
A were roach. Yeah, you wouldn't want to. Well, you wouldn't
Yes.
want to turn into a roach, no. Because then you'd have to either spend your time avoiding humans because you don't want to get stepped on, or avoiding other roaches that like want to talk to you because you hate roaches. So,
Right. Well, see, I'm thinking like I wouldn't be like a, if you're gonna be like a were roach, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know how like the wolves on Twilight, they're not the size of normal wolves.
the wolves on Twilight, what?
The wolves on Twilight,
Yeah,
like the werewolves on Twilight, they're like not the size of normal dogs or wolves. They're
big.
Gigantic. Yeah. So, becoming a were-roach, you'd have to be like big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, that's a Kafka thing. Franz Kafka wrote a book called The Metamorphosis. When people like reference it all the time, and it's basically so it was published in 1915, and it's one of his best-known works. And so just briefly for the audience, it says The Metamorphosis tells the story of salesman Gregor Samsa, who wakes one morning to find himself inexplicably transformed into a huge insect, which in German says ungeheures Ungeziefer, literally monstrous vermin, subsequently struggling to adjust to his new condition. The novella has been widely discussed among literary critics, with differing interpretations being offered. So, monstrous vermin, it says, but my understanding is that it's a cockroach. So he's a giant cockroach. That is yeah.
And that's disgusting.
At least that's what people had already said. Maybe people just said that so they could nail it down because it changed into a monstrous verminous dependency tree. Well, this book also had to be translated from German, so it's pretty good. There's a lot
cockroaches
of interesting words that are. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yes.
No. Well, when you look at the physiology, whatever the hell that word is, I'm looking to pronounce, of the cockroach, it's actually quite fascinating because it has its wings, its exoskeleton, which is different than ours, obviously. So there's many interesting fascinations about the cockroach. The problem is that cockroaches are just disgusting, inherently disgusting.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm curious, not enough to try them, but what they taste like, because I know people eat cockroaches. They prepare them in specific ways. What's the word? Something-ophage. You're like, the word is disgusting. I'm like, no, there's a technical word for bug eaters. Bug eating. It's an alternate source of protein or vitamins or something. Bug eating. I'll just put in bug eating Wikipedia.
Renfield was a bug eater.
Entomophagy. It's the practice of eating insects by humans as well as by non-human species. Yes, it's been around for a long time, and it's starting to spill over into and to be more widely available in our having access to it. Things like deep fried not cockroaches, crickets.
Deep fried cockroaches.
Yeah,
Get your deep fried cockroaches here.
I think they do that too, but it's not like they're just cooked and then here you go. There's usually seasoning involved, I imagine.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm good because, one of the things about cockroaches is the fact that females carry an enzyme on their backs, and in that enzyme is their eggs.
Oh.
Until they hatch.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you never want to step on a cockroach, because you can get that enzyme and those eggs on the bottom of your shoe and take them home, and then they hatch inside your house.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So just think about that. If they were to deep fry a cockroach for you, or cook a cockroach and put the little spices on it, like Gordon Ramsay, and then feed it to you, what if, for example, you got a female and she had the enzyme on her back and the eggs and stuff like that. So now you just ate a female cockroach and her eggs.
I'm assuming it's all cooked, right?
Yeah, but still, even the thought that even though it's cooked, but there's still roach eggs in my system that could hatch. I'm good.
Yeah, it's kind of a.
Yeah, see, that's why I like winter, because for one, it gets dark early. Number two, it's so cold that the bugs have to return to hell. You can't really stop them if they're in your house, obviously, but
return to hell. Bugs return to hell. But I'll tell you, on something along those lines, I make a stir fry. I make fried rice pretty much every week. Sometimes on Tuesdays, sometimes on Thursdays, and occasionally it's a chicken stir fry. Now, in that stir-fry recipe, I also use egg. Sorry, not stir-fry. I keep saying stir-fry. It's fried rice. So there's chicken and chicken egg in the fried rice. So it's sometimes people will refer to that kind of dish as reunion chicken.
Right, but do you see the difference?
Oh yeah, one's a chicken, one's a cockroach, but still the idea of pairing one thing with the next, or maybe or having sushi where you've got raw fish, some of it's raw fish, sashimi is, and maybe a little thing of roe. I don't know, do you like roe at all, or the like the salmon roe or tobiko or any of those things?
Yeah.
Still, you eat that, but you don't take it home and then salmon come flopping at your house. That's
well, no, but. Unfortunately, I get what you're trying to say, but okay, so chickens and obviously eggs aren't nasty. Okay, fish, for example, is not nasty. Unfortunately, the cockroach, it just has a bad reputation of being disgusting and vile and very nightmarish. So unfortunately, they're just disgusting. No.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to reconcile. I imagine they're a lot like soft-shelled crab.
So I was talking to one of my employees who kept cockroaches as, I want to say, food for a pet that he had.
Oh, okay.
And he had these roaches in a bin. And it was sealed up and everything like that, so he can still see the cockroaches on the inside. And cockroaches breed very fast. They don't have a hive mind. They don't have any type of hierarchy. They're just cockroaches. So there's not going to be necessarily a master nest or a queen or anything like that, because cockroaches don't have queens. Oh. But this guy is sitting there telling me all about roaches. And I'm taking notes, because you know what? The more you know your enemy, the faster the better you can kill your enemy. And I can't stand roaches.
The more you know, the better you can kill.
Let me tell you something. New York City cockroaches, okay?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. New York City cockroaches are like that friggin' big or bigger.
Oh no, it's like that's like what is that, like 5 inches?
Yeah.
4 to 5 inches long.
Yeah, they're big and disgusting, dude.
We got those Madagascar hissing cockroaches. See those? Yeah.
Similar to those.
They can get pretty big. Apparently they're just as disgusted by us as we are of them.
Are you serious?
That's what I've heard. Yeah, the reason why they all scatter is because they're like, human thing, repulsive. Blah. That's I heard that on QI, and I don't know where they got their facts from, but I like the idea, kind of.
So do I. So we're equally disgusted by each other. That's good. That's good.
Right. Cockroaches and people.
Yep. Okay, so now that it's officially December, now it's okay to talk about Christmas stuff. So,
okay.
No, I'm just saying in general, because you know how like back in October I was complaining how they were trying to like force Christmas down our throat and it wasn't even Halloween yet. Vaguely, yeah. But now since it is Christmas, it's okay to talk about Christmas.
Okay, so this is Christmas.
I even put a Christmas tree up.
Oh yeah, I can see it. No, I can't.
No, you can't.
It's a big red thing with a sword on it, isn't it? No, that's not.
No. Christmas tree is that way.
Okay.
In the living room.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. How woody are your branches? I don't know the lyrics to Oh, Christmas Tree.
Neither do I. Not a real Christmas tree either, just a big old fake one.
I just know the Judy Tenuta version of that, which is to her version of Oh Canada. Is, oh Canada, blah blah. I don't know the rest of it, but her home and native land, I don't know. I honestly don't. I'm sorry. I apologize to all of Canada, but I'm not from there. And unless I want to make a point of learning national anthems so I can recite them at a whim, it's not likely that I'll be remembering that anytime soon. I could do it as a bit, but I don't know. So to Judy Tenuta was singing, "Oh Canada, I came here for your ginger ale." I think I've mentioned this on the show before. Anyway.
Don't we have a lot of Canadian listeners?
I don't know. I mean, maybe on SoundCloud we have a few. Yeah, we definitely have a few. Yeah, definitely have a few. Hey, so yeah, it's nice. Thank you so much for listening. Appreciate it.
See, you can't really see where I'm pointing, but I'm displaying my my Canadian pride. I have my Canadian flag up.
Mm-hmm, you're pointing that way.
Yes, I'm pointing that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Canadian flag is.
Cool. Canadian. I don't think I have a flag. I don't think I possess a flag of any sort.
I do.
Yeah.
I used to collect flags from every place I went.
Cool.
Except obviously I didn't go to Canada for this flag. I mean, I was like 2 hours from the Canadian border, so.
Did you get it in a gift shop near the border, or? No,
I got it in like this Army Navy store, this surplus store.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we have those here. We used to have one that had more than one location. There's a place called Picky's, and it was like Army surplus.
So essentially, I went in for a flag, and that's all I was going to go in for. I wound up purchasing the flag, a Klingon batlet.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I purchased a switchblade.
Okay.
Switchblades are illegal, or you can't buy a switchblade in New Jersey.
Oh.
But you can everywhere else.
So can you also not possess one in New Jersey?
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't buy one. You can't possess one. I mean, outside your house, you can't. It's illegal.
You can have one in your home.
Right, as long as as long as no one knows about it.
Right.
Okay, yeah. So I got the batlet and the switchblade was like $19. So I couldn't resist. So I was like, yeah. So I got the flag, the Klingon batlet, and of course a switchblade.
Mm-hmm. Paying $19 for something is like getting $1 off something that costs $20.
Mm-hmm. So now, yeah.
Sorry.
So, and also what's interesting is the fact that, we packed. Now, keep in mind, our honeymoon was based on cold states, like colder than Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
New Hampshire and Maine, of course. And, so everyone's like, oh, yeah, make sure you take a jacket because when you get to Maine, it's going to be like freezing cold, right? So for some reason, we didn't pack jackets, and we wound up in New Hampshire first. And then we're like, okay, it's probably going to be colder than this. So we should probably buy jackets. So, and that's fine too, because I actually got a really nice one out of Wilson's Leather. It was on sale. It's a nice black leather jacket or whatever. And so we get to Maine and it wasn't cold.
Wow.
Hardly. So
plug your Instagram so people can follow your exploits.
Plug in my what?
Plug your Instagram. Say what your Instagram is.
Oh, yes.
In case you want people to follow you on there. Because you've been documenting your life lately on it. So that's cool.
Absolutely. Okay, so you can always find us at, of course, the Antisocial Show on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to follow me personally, it's Zombie Bacterium. That's ZOMBIEBACTERIUM.
Mm-hmm. I'm go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. And I'm now. Is the Antisocial Shows? Isn't its account on Instagram Zombie Infected?
Yes.
So it's not Antisocial Show 1 like it is on Twitter.
Correct. It's just it's Zombie Infected 68.
Okay. So Antisocial Show's Instagram is Zombie Infected 68 on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's people outside. Of course, you can see me. I'm at REVT23 as RevT23, Twitter, Instagram, and Skype. And that's me. So yeah, look out for Minecraft videos. Look out for Tyson Sainer Gamer. I'm gonna say happy holidays to people. If I don't talk to you again before Christmas, Hunter, Merry Christmas. I probably will, but
Yes, definitely Merry Christmas to you, Tyson, and of course all of our listeners.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy whatever it is you celebrate this month, and also, by the way, sad whatever it is that you want. If you want to mourn this month for some reason, then good on you. Do that. Go through that if you need to. I don't know who does that, but I don't want to rule out the possibility. So.
And please don't climb into ovens this year. Thank you.
Don't climb into ovens. Well.
Yep.
That's that's about all the time we have for Antisocial Show. I'm Tyson Sainer.
And I'm Hunter Block.
Be decent to each other.
Absolutely. Peace.
Have a good time, folks.